Good afternoon, folks. Zach Cross here. So today I was telling you about a guy named Ron the other day that took two pieces of crap buildings over on 3rd Street and fixed them up. Well, he also worked on this one before he passed, and that second building that's 3 stories over there that's blue from the front over here on D Street across from the Lip and Sullivan mortuary is another one that he fixed up. So I can't get a hold of I can't remember if it's his brother-in-law or cousin-in-law or whatever, but a nice guy named Dan owns this. And Dan's busy and always working, and I only met him a couple of times, but what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take some zip ties, needle nose pliers and zip ties, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a temporary fix on this fence to make it where whatever Dan ends up doing, it'll be easier for him to just cut the zip ties off and fix this damage the homeless have put into play permanently. I'm going to have my beautiful girlfriend and assistant, birthday dog, will be supervising, but Rachel's gonna go ahead and record. All right, babe, what I want you to do is go ahead and just kind of hold this here, and we're gonna show people how to make a quick neighborly mend to the fence, basically. Oh, they've completely undone the lock and everything here. They cut the lock, they did everything. All right, folks, so here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and yeah, keep holding. All right. So I went to Ace Hardware over here in Marysville and I picked these up. I got some zip ties in the house, but figured, you know, maybe some fresh plastic would probably work better. So first things first, we're gonna run this around here like so. Make sure you match it up the right way and pull your zip tie as tight as possible with the pliers without snapping it. Now, they're gonna just probably come and hurt this stuff again and break and enter. And part of the reason that we're trying to stop this is they already took this building that they had worked pretty hard on and, you know, ran out of money and stuff like that. And they were doing bonfires inside, and I hear they hurt the inside. And this building, when I lived here 20-something years ago, I was just starting out in life. Babe, pan over to the empty lot next to us over here. Pan over to the empty lot. The empty lot. Huh? Next to where we live, the empty lot. And 20 years ago, here, 20-something years ago, when you lived in the building the homeless burned down that used to be right here a couple of years ago, this was a total dilapidated POS and was ready to fall down at any second. So, it's sad. They also tried to, you know, start fires in some of these other buildings. And you know, the first couple of weeks I moved in here, folks, it was terrible, especially the first few days. Turn around and face the yellow house. That yellow house there, 411, the homeless that do drugs would go over there underneath the awning, and they would pretty much end up shooting dope. And from that point, I don't know if it was fentanyl, I don't know if it was meth, I don't know what it was, folks. But before too long, they would come out here walking and muttering to themselves and talking some crazy, violent threat stuff to whoever or nobody or whatever. And by the time they reached towards the wrought iron fence, the priest's house there, right across the alley from the Catholic Church, St. Joseph's, they would be almost completely naked and taking a dump in the gutter or on the sidewalk there. So, you know, I didn't just start out filming them. At first I was in disbelief that such disrespect would be allowed to take place right here a couple of blocks from City Hall and the police station. So anyway, you know, that's some pretty crazy stuff. All right, so, oh look, they cut a link out. The lock is still there. They cut a link out. Well, of course they would. Why wouldn't they cut a link out? Probably could just do that with some small pliers. So what tipped me off to this happening is I had been hearing some noises, pretty much. I had been hearing some noises and some clanking, and little by little it got more and more and more. I thought about doing a little video walking around, but I feel like I'm already trespassing enough on my neighbor just by helping them out without permission that I didn't want to do that. But you know, it's sad, folks. You know, people put their hard-earned money into this stuff to make it better and the town better for all of us. And I know that they're in no good shape and they got problems, but does giving other people problems by disrespecting them seem like a good idea to get people to want to help you? Definitely seems like it's doing the opposite, folks, especially when you have to hear the horror stories from some of the senior citizens around here who've had them try to break in their house while they're in the house. You know, I mean, don't our senior citizens deserve better than this? Don't the people who put in things to taking the history and trying to restore it and put their hard-earned dollars that they pay taxes on and raise their families on and all this stuff, don't you think that they actually deserve to not have it vandalized? I mean, there's $50 million missing that Habitat and the other homeless authorities don't know where it went, but we're under audit. You know, it's just like the war on drugs. These clowns around here, they want to take the money now, never fix the problem, because if the problem's not fixed, that's more money they get. Well, they wised up. The state's mad that they're not turning on cannabis up here, allowing a prosperous program. They're mad about the homeless money. They're mad we didn't follow the rules about COVID, and we're also scamming the taxpayers of California in addition to our local taxpayers by these oligarchs, you know? Like, I'm no fan of Newsom, and I'm really no fan of most of our people in the legislature, but something has to be done different. And if they're squandering the money or stealing it and laundering it or whatever they're doing, it needs to stop. It should go to helping these homeless and helping us out by having less problems. All right, folks, one more zip tie here, and we will call it good, I think, for now. Sorry for the rant, but you know, this is how you increase public safety. Neighbors helping neighbors. When I had that lady attack me the other day, I had 3 and 4 of our neighbors, ones that I had never met before, asking me if I needed help. They knew who I was. You know, like a lot of people, they're afraid to maybe talk to me because they don't know what's going on. But anyway, this is what we did. We sucked it up there, zip tied it back together here. I don't know, might add another one like right there, but I think we're good. But do you believe that this steel manor with all this history, a lot of people don't know this, but the holes up there were portholes for fighting off, you know, people they didn't want here in the frontier days. But do we deserve to have history destroyed so some people can go get high and set a fire where there shouldn't be one? I don't know, folks. It's pretty sad. I already been burned out once the last couple of years. I'm not looking for it again. All right, folks. Well, that's how you do neighborly duty. We cleared out a bunch of this trash last month over here. I think it's time to weed eat while it's still cold as soon as it dries out. And Wild Bill planted some spring flowers here. Maybe we'll take some of this palm stuff. You know, when they Chief Sachs decided to harass the neighbor and Wild Bill with their agreement, they had to bring the tree trimming service in here and made a bunch of mud holes and stuff that weren't already there. So I think I'm going to take some of this palm stuff over here, the grindings, and fill that in with some of the grass, and you know, maybe help push the water in the direction it needs to go, and the drains over there and the drains over here. But you know, watching out for your neighbors, doing the work that isn't maybe yours to do to make the community better. That's how you improve community safety and partnerships and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching and listening to me rant and give you a little history, but I'll tell you, you know, it's hard. You know, you see these old buildings almost get torn down, like this blue one right here. It's another one Ron fixed, and that thing was ready to fall down. It had bracing in the bottom here in this basement floor when I was living right here next door years ago in the empty lot now. And I've been in that building and that building before they fixed on it, and people should be grateful to have this history and dissatisfied that the homeless are, you know, breaking into it and vandalizing it, etc., or anybody else. You know, I don't care if it's punk kids or homeless or whatever, but this is history. It's one thing that we've got besides water that's worth a shit around here. Anyway, God bless you. Have a good night, and talk to you later.